Hello. I know the thumbnail and all that stuff is a little lazy, but I'm trying to get going. I'm trying to get a video out here. I could have made a thumbnail. This week's not even really that interesting anyway, and I'm not really sure why I'm making this video. I only listened to like 20-something songs this week with an hour and 9. Obviously, this week of music realistically was great. I mean, we had Drake drop his album. Reviews out on the channel. I know a couple of you guys have seen it. I appreciate you. And the Earl sweatshirt and the Alchemist album came out on streaming, but I already listened to that when it came out on that website, so those two reviews are out if you want to go see it. But now we're going to just kind of talk about everything in between, starting with Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa dropped a new album. I mean, Wiz Khalifa, I wouldn't say he fell off. He's got other business ventures going on. He's an entrepreneur, all that stuff. He's doing great, I would say, but it's just, I don't know, as a musician, I'm not super interested in hearing his music, but I listened to one song called Uptown Bound. It was actually pretty good. I really kind of like this mellowed out, chill vibe that Wiz Khalifa's on in his music. I'm not a huge Wiz Khalifa fan. I'm sure there's huge Wiz Khalifa fans out there, but I like his sound here, and some of his albums have had really good sounds. I can't think of a song I liked from one of his previous albums, but there's been some solid tracks he's dropped over the last couple of years. So we're going to move on to 504. I don't really give a damn about 504, and I'm not sure how many people give a fuck about him either, but he's still an artist that has made a name, not quite established as any good artist or anything. I don't know if anyone looks at him as something good, but, you know, he's gotten cosigns over the years. He's definitely iconic. You know, I don't know how much he'll be remembered or anything, but he dropped a track called Why Would I decided to check it out. It's the same old stupid-ass drill music. I mean, I wish people would just move on from that. I know people just want to bag, and it's super respectable, but it's about the art, man. You have to transform the art. Like, come on. We get a new Thames song called Me and You. It's been a while since I've heard a Thames song. Very talented. You know, she was on Drake's album, and that's where really everyone heard about her, and she started to just blow up, and got an amazing voice. She's representing the African culture. I think it's really, or the African descent, I suppose you could say. Maybe not the culture, but yeah, really cool worldwide artist, or I don't know, what do you call that? I guess worldwide artist. They have a certain genre they call it. You know, you have Burna Boy, like Skillabang, you have a bunch of other really big international artists. There's some huge names that are slipping my mind right now, but yeah. Moving on to Frito Bang and NLE Choppa's new song Sideways. I really don't have a lot to say about this song. It's really nothing special. We can just move straight into Pitbull's new album. People be glazing Pitbull, I can't lie. I mean, people act like Pitbull's one of the best artists of all time. I can understand how, like, he makes party music. It's cool, man, but, like, realistically, this guy's not a great artist. He had a couple cool tracks. He had T-Pain on here. He had Lil Jon. He had Zach Brown on here. Pretty solid features. I would say Jumpin' and Can't Stop Us Now are great. I feel like those were singles, and I feel like maybe not. Maybe he just makes such similar music that I think he has the same melodies, the same type of beats. He's nothing special. He's a legend, of course. Realistically, he is, because so many people used to listen to his music, and he was on top of the damn Latin world at a time. But realistically, he's not that good. So let's move on. Dev Stacks. I mean, Dev Stacks has been dropping music every week. He drops scriptures, such interesting beats, such interesting combinations and stuff kind of going on with his music. I really enjoy what he does. He tries to kind of twist the rap genre a little bit, and he's pretty solid. You know, he's coming out of the underground. I'm not sure if he'll ever make it into like a mainstream status, but he's pretty solid for now. Moving on to Ghostface Killah. He dropped a deluxe, but I decided to go back and listen to this whole album. He had Michael Rappaport, King Crooked, Big Daddy Kane, Raekwon, Snoop Dogg, E40. He had all sorts of people on it, so I was like, okay. I mean, Ghostface Killah, the Wu-Tang legend. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for, you know, 90s rap and all that stuff, so I decided to go back and listen to this. Wasn't too bad. Really reminds you of what people like Griselda are doing nowadays, you know. Definitely paying homage to that old school rap. And it's really cool how, you know, yeah, older rappers fall off pretty quickly, but that's because they're staying original to their sound, and I feel like that's something that's really respectable. they're not going to change up just to get a bag here and there, As we get into Realist K, dropped a track with Bia. Realist K's got an amazing voice. I'm not really sure if his music's that good, but shout out to him. I'll continue to kind of support his music. Sorry, fucking hiccuping. Bia is cool. I don't really care, but Maya the Don dropped a track with Ty Dolla $ign, and it's interesting because Ty Dolla $ign's possibly having a collab album out with Kanye. Ty Dolla $ign's name has been really getting out there in the hip-hop world recently, and it's really cool to see that. Very talented guy. I'm not really sure how good that album is going to be. I'm still pretty excited for a new Kanye release. Maya the Don was cool. Obviously, Ty Dolla $ign kind of stole the show. You kind of expect that from an artist like him. As we move on to Jay Flex's new song, I'm not sure who that is, but we have Young Bands on here, and it's really interesting because Young Bands was such a big part of the SoundCloud era, and yeah, of course he definitely fell off, but I think it's cool to hear him again. I don't really have a lot to say about this track. We can just move on. Babyface E dropped an album. He had Babytron, he had Skilla Baby. Skilla Baby's been damn near everywhere. Maybe he'll make a XXL list next year. I don't know if he's already made one, if he's already been in contention, is he eligible, but I feel like he probably should. I mean, he's having a pretty good year so far. I don't think he's necessarily a great artist, and he doesn't necessarily make good music, but he's definitely gotten his name out there. He's definitely gotten people to kind of listen to his music, so that's cool for him. Babytron, of course, had a pretty solid feature. I'm kind of getting tired of Babytron. I like artists that go in different musical directions. I don't like an artist that's just going to stick to the same flow and go for money the whole time. So, yeah, I can like him in something kosher. What's his name? Him and Kosher. I'm just going to call him that. They're kind of in the same name or same lane, but at least Kosher kind of went in some different directions, like more poppy approach on his album, As we get into RJ, Mr. LA, and DJ Drama's album, I think we heard a couple singles from them, but they dropped an album with Blast and Reason. Obviously, DJ Drama's going to be everywhere where hip-hop is involved, so nothing too crazy about the songs. I kind of want to move on and get this video kind of over with. As we get into Lil Cito, I think this is the first time we've covered Lil Cito on the channel. He dropped a track with G Perico and Steels. I'm not sure who Steels is, but I definitely know who G Perico is. Dropped a track with them. The hook was kind of cringe. But Lil Cito, he's been kind of up and coming for a while, He's not necessarily good, but it's cool to cover a guy like this on the channel for the first time, so yeah, Danny Towers and Rob Banks. Danny Towers has been dropping some singles here and there, and Rob Banks was a really big part of the SoundCloud era, and obviously he's been associated with XXXTentacion and Scheme. Well, XXX probably not in a great context, but he's involved with, that, Ski, DJ Scheme, and Danny Towers is a really big friend of those people, so it kind of makes sense for him to make a song with this guy. He might still be their ops. I'm not really sure how that situation is going, but I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about Danny Towers musically. I guess his voice is kind of unique, and it's cool to hear someone sound different for a change. But yeah, I gotta get out of here. I'm planning, getting ready to go to the zoo and stuff. I'm probably gonna watch a little bit of Ozarks before I head out. Football's on today. I think the Bills might still be losing to. Bills may honestly still be losing to the Jags. I'm gonna have to check that game out. But yeah, have a good rest of your day. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I know this week is nothing special. Next week, oh man, music is crazy next week. We got Ken Carson dropping an album. We have Offset dropping an album. I'll do an edited reaction review for Ken, and we're probably just going to do like one of those 10-minute reviews for Offset.